So 79 USD lightsaber for free. It looks cool. Can I use this blade with another saber? And I'll have a detailed answer. But the short answer is moving on to the nunchucks. Basically have 3 rein. Like, I really want to pull until it breaks.
Welcome to the Saber Factory.
Hello there everyone, welcome back to my Saber studio here at the saberfactory.com. In this month digest, the month of March 2025, we're going to have a short one for once. We're just going to talk about the new Ronin lightsaber, as well as a potential entry that I've already talked about in last video of January. Sorry, I skipped February for health reasons, but let me make it short. I'm back with it, and I have not added it to the catalog because I haven't heard much from you. Is it interesting or not? So I figured, you know what, let's disassemble it. Let's look at what it's made of, because it is not a standard lightsaber, so the electronics are different, the usage will be different, and I guess durability is expected for a set of nunchucks. So I figured, hey, let's look at it, and we'll just look at those two, well, sabers. In this video, and of course I've got some news, and I just want to touch base on a couple of things with you, and I want to give you a preview and talk about updates of current lightsabers in the lineup here at the saberfactory.com that are having a major update coming up this month and next month. And of course, I will be demonstrating those new sabers in next monthly digest. Let's start. Let's dive in. First, I want to talk about a couple things, couple news. There are great discounts coming up, you know, in May, with May the 4th. And before that, I'm running a special sale event. If you're buying for more than $300 US worth of anything on the website, well, you can get a free learner baselit lightsaber worth 79 USD. So 79 USD lightsaber for free if you buy for more than $300 worth of sabers, accessories, whatever it is, or the equivalent in your currency. It'll stop at the end of April because we will start our May the 4th offers. And until then, it is honestly the best offer we can have when we offer a free lightsaber. So go on the saberfactory.com. If you have more than $300 US worth of stuff, add the code free baselit learner 3-baselit learner on the checkout discount area, and any learner baselit that you add, you choose the color, you choose the blade length, will suddenly be free. You might remember this LED Imperial lightsaber stand that we added to the catalog a couple months back. It is a massive success, and the good news is I've just added a new version that is now available, and it's a one saber stand, and I'll be able to show it to you in the next video. But if you want to know how it works, look at my previous digest in January. I demoed this one. It's the same, just for one saber. It is half the price, 45 USD. So yeah, it's a great opportunity, because I understand that not everybody needs a 3-saber stand, and to put the price, you know, at 89 USD, even though we are some of the cheapest sellers out there for that kind of thing, it is still $89, and I understand. So now you've got an option for one saber at 45 USD. So go check it out at saberfactory.com. There's a video coming up about the Golden Harvest V4, and it's coming out in a few days. I've already shot it. Saber editor, you have your blade off, of course. You point it down this time. You press and you twist clockwise.
Saber editor. Select mode.
I just love the voice. It's basically a review and an overview for those who don't know Golden Harvest already, and those who know and are interested to see what V4 brings. I could have gone an hour with it, but I tried to keep it short enough and still show some of the cool things about GHV4. Yes, it is going to hit the saberfactory.com. I forgot to mention it, and the video is coming up, so subscribe. Yeah, before we dive in those sabers and make this a short monthly digest, yes, I'm trying. I just want to remind you, at the end of the video, I'm going to quickly talk about the updated sabers that we will see next month. Moving on to our saber and nunchucks for today. The Ronin just got added to the catalog, thesaberfactory.com. It is the budget of a hero hilt, but you will understand why. There is quite an intricate design, very thick and heavy aluminum parts. The whole thing is 685 grams, which is heavier than most hero hilts. So, like usually when you get hero character hilts, you get like a very intricate design that was meant to look cool, not to be practical. So this is quite heavy, and I would understand that for dueling, this is heavy. But also, I think it gives it a real presence and a real great feel when you take it in hand. It is quite big. It is slightly oval in terms of grip. I don't know if you can see on this camera, but it's not rounded. It really is what you would expect of a samurai hilt. It has this fabric grip, which is pretty thick. If you look at it, it is not as thin as some sabers that we've had in the past, with a I don't know, Sir Junda's lightsaber from the video game series, the Jedi video game series, had a very thin cloth wrap, and this is a very, very thick, like shoelaces. You know, it really feels, you know, like big, thick shoelaces. It is, so I believe it is glued at the end, and then it is also like pinched underneath, and like with a lot of tension and tuck underneath this part. I disassembled it, and it didn't fall apart. So I think this is quite cool and durable, but I would issue a warning saying that this, for many reasons, is not a duelist saber as such. It is a heavy, but it might be cool if you like it. And also this blade, and that's what we're going to talk about, the Chokuto blade. Just like with the dark saber, it is not a dueling blade, by the way. So, it looks cool, just like the dark saber, but it is a Chokuto blade. It is a flat blade. It's short, 70 centimeters, but it's not made for dueling. Yes, it's going to be great for cosplay. It's going to be great as a showpiece, a display piece, or, you know, if you like, you know, training, spinning, but yeah, I wouldn't. It is cool. It is cool, but I wouldn't fight with this. It is not duel worthy. Absolutely not. Not by any means, not even a little bit. But this time, you're not left with a saber that you cannot use. Because the trick with this one is, and I'm going to stop yelling and just turn it off. The trick with this one is that you can simply remove this blade. And I know some people already want to ask the question, can I use this blade with another saber? And I'll have a detailed answer, but the short answer is not really. Let me show you why. And here I have a NeoPixel standard blade, 1 inch. And now I can also use this as a dueling saber. Quite a good depth for the emitter, so the blade will hold strong and still in it. So, and now it is a dueling saber that you could use, except that it's pretty heavy, but that is a matter of comfort and choice. So yeah, there's a very high volume, and it's very crisp, and I think it's due to the fact that the pommel here So it's very reflective because it's a big. It is a very big pommel. It's a bit long, so it's sort of. Let me shut it down. So it sort of amplifies the sound, and it is a very heavy sounding saber. Very cool looking, heavy, thick. This is not going to be good for Bluetooth. It's going to be the kind of saber that you have to remove the pommel and slide the core out in order to get your Bluetooth connection going, set your saber with the Xeno 3 app, and then go about your thing. You also have the Profi option with this saber. Some information that I can give you in terms of current pricing at this time when I'm making the video. It's a launch price. The price is lower than the expectation that I talked about in my last video. I said it would be in the low to mid 400s. It is $369 USD launch price, and it starts as a NeoPixel. There's no base lid option. For the Xeno 3 NeoPixel, $369, and with the standard blade. With the Chokuto blade, it is $419 USD launch price. Depending on the success of that saber, we might keep the launch price, or we might just put it back to standard price, depending on the volumes. Again, always honest with this, on why the prices do change and why we do have sales at launch of every model. This is a blade that's specifically made for this saber. And what I mean by that is it will work with any 1-inch NeoPixel saber, but you see this this pogo connector that inserts in the hilt. It is of, I believe, 4.8. Let me check. It is 4.8, yes, centimeters. Which means, because the flat blade here is larger than the cylinder part, the 1-inch diameter part that inserts in the hilt, this is the limit where the blade can insert in any hilt. And so 4.8 centimeters is what you need to have in order for that blade to fit at least. If you have a little less, I mean, at maximum, if you have a little less, then you will see that part of the blade come out. Might not be very good looking, aesthetic, but it will still work. What it needs to do is reach your NeoPixel pins on your core. So there you go. It can work, but it hasn't been thought as a blade that could work with other hilts. In the event that you have a hilt, you measure it and you think it's fine, it will work, you can ask me in the chat at thesaberfactory.com if I can make a custom order for just the blade, and I will provide that. But I don't want the hassle of putting that on the website, having people order it. Most people don't read the description and all, and then they come up and they're like, well, it doesn't fit. Yup, so this won't be available on the website. There you go. So that's my take is order the saber with this blade, because if you're already a saber collector, if you already have just one NeoPixel saber, you might already have a blade. So you can trade and have fun with this hilt and not necessarily, end up being stuck with just this, but you still want this blade for your cosplay or to put on display in your office, in your living room, whatever. I think it's the way to go. If you don't already have a NeoPixel blade, and if you can afford the saber at its priciest option plus a spare NeoPixel blade, then do this, but I understand it is expensive. So it's a matter of choice. We're offering the two options. This, you cannot choose the size. The standard blade, you can choose the size. Now, let's go back and have a little longer and calmer look at this, because I know I can be all over the place. So here is, so you insert the blade as you would any other, and you put it in the position that you prefer. Doesn't, you know, really matter. It's a matter of preference. Then, like any other blade, you just screw in the retention screw tight. Don't need to pierce through the plastic, as I always say. It's not the point. Now it's not going to go anywhere. And just like with the Darksaber, I have to admit that contrary to the NeoPixel blades, the NeoPixel blades are high density LEDs, and there is enough thickness inside to provide, you know, with the diffusion layer, the foam material, that makes it that you do not see the individual LEDs. It's like, you know, those neon LEDs, and here it's not the case. So here you do have that, you do see each LED bead on both sides. So I don't know if the camera picks it up. I think it does. Yes, it does. It's the same thing with the Darksaber. It's the same high density LED strip, but it's just that there is much less diffusive material in it. So the construction of that flat blade, yeah, it is a little less cool, if you know what I mean. But I'd rather, and I understand it's not necessarily easy to see on video and on photos. So I'd rather show it to you so that you know, and you choose which blade is better for you. Do you prefer this blade? It looks cool even though you can see each LED inside, or do you prefer the standard blade and you don't want to bother having a blade that you cannot duel with, even if it looks cool? So there it is. That's the Ronin. It comes with the D-ring for attachment. As always, you have your slide-out core. This is a Xeno 3 Neo. This is your Xeno 3 NeoPixel, but we also have a Profi option available for those who like it. Charging is, of course, on core, as always, with those slide-out cores. And yeah, there you have it. It's a pretty straightforward, heavy, good-looking saber called the Ronin, available now at thesaberfactory.com. Moving on to the Nunchucks. So the Nunchucks, I haven't decided yet, and there are some sabers and stuff where people actually do reply and say and comment and all and say, oh yeah, this is cool. But this, I haven't heard back from the community. So this is metal, by the way, metal chain. And the way it works is it's got two fixed blades attached to the core, which is a very special core. It's an Echo Pixel. So those are NeoPixel, and it's simple. I can simply twist it open and show it to you on one side. So this is your tube. This is the diffusive foam. And this is your LED strip that is integrated, you know, into the hilt structure, basically. And it's got no sound, but it's got 3 blade modes, a standard blade mode. So of course, you still have some sort of blaster, deflect, or lockup mode that you can activate. 2 presses, 2 flashes, 2 button flashes. I'm scrolling through the color spectrum. 1, 2, 3 color presses. I'm scrolling through a selection of colors, so it's quicker. So yeah, that's it's pretty much how it works. And you have different. You have 3 blade modes. You have standard, pulse, and fire. And so yeah, this is the pulse effect. So when I shut it off, I press once and it flashes. Now I turn it on and I've got standard fixed color, and I shut it off. Again, press 1 flash and now I have this fire effect. So that's just 3 blade styles. You've got the color choice, of course, and the way it is constructed is like this. So the blade, the LEDs are attached to the core structure, and if we have a look at it, it's a simple Allen screw here. So I'm just going to take a key. It's the smaller key. So when you buy a Saber, usually now you have 2 Allen keys. You have the small one and the big one. So no, it's not. Ciao. Hoop, screwdriver, and let's look inside. USB charging port, simple screw. You just pull the button. The button is just a little plastic thing on it, and now you basically have 3 rain. So this is a small lithium battery that's inside, and as you can see, the USB-C on the board, the LED for the button, and the circuit, the mini board, is across in the core, the plastic structure here. I can move it around, but I would need to be careful because I don't want to go around the USB port. I don't want to damage the USB-C port. So that's your battery here. If you see, that's your battery, and you see the wiring. So it's a very small battery format, but it's also a very short blade, and it's a very low power usage Saber. Sorry, yes, I'm used to saying Saber. It's not a Saber. So there it is. And to reassemble, it's pretty straightforward. I don't recommend disassembling it, but I just wanted to show how it's constructed. And once you are lined up here, simply put the button back and the screw. So by the way, before I do it, what I wanted to show also is inside here. I don't know if we can see it on this camera, but you basically have the attachment for your chain. So it's screwed. You got a couple washers, and you've got a long screw that attaches to this part, and that's it. So if it ever sort of like comes off, it might just be the vibration, and you might just have to take a screwdriver and get this in and just tighten it all back, and that's it. So I think the simpler the better. It's simple. It's aluminum, metal. It's a chain, a screw, and an aluminum encasing. My thinking is, what could go wrong with this? It does look cool. It's fun. And pricing could be interesting because we're looking at a 99 USD for the set of Nunchucks EcoPixel. So I'm thinking, why not? Why not? After all, there might be people that like it. So yeah, I might put it on the website. I've been fiddling with it a little bit just to see if it's serious, if it will be strong enough. It appears to hold the charge quite well. And yeah, again, I'm not going to demo it because I absolutely have no idea what I'm doing with a set of Nunchucks. But yeah, like, I'm more of an airport guy. So yeah, for people who know, I really want to pull until it breaks. What's good to know is that the chains are not connected to the core, the LED, the board, or whatever, So the only thing that could really break is if you hold it like this and pull very strong, is the plastic thread for the blade. But even there, yeah, so again, as I said, I fiddled with it a bit, and I haven't seen a particular weakness or something that would make me say, oh, okay, this is not a good idea. It appears to be a good idea. So if you're into nunchucks, this might hit the saberfactory.com soon. I am still waiting to hear your comments, so don't forget to comment under the video. And I think it might join the catalog. It's going to be a little something a little different. So yeah, there it is, the nunchucks. Next month, we are going to talk about the Stunt. Design change for the Stunt. It is going to be based off the Episode 3 Anakin lightsaber, the Graflex, the shiny one, without all the greeblies and everything, but it looks a lot more like an eco version of the Graflex of Anakin's Episode 3 Saber, this one in particular, and it will remain at the same price it currently is on the website. Right now, when you're seeing this video, you might not see the Stunt because I'm temporarily deactivating the Saber from the website because you would be disappointed if you were to order it a couple weeks before the design change, so I'd rather have it removed for now. 129 USD for the baselit version, 159 USD for the NeoPixel version. It cannot be at a better price. Price still stays the same. The Saber completely revamped. Thank you, Nexus Sabers, again for this very cool redesign. And Kylo Ren was gonna have a weathered version of the hilt. Wait for my video, and I will not add this to the catalog until I have reviewed it myself, because weathered hilts are a hit or miss. And I'm not afraid to say it, Nexus is very good at sort of chain producing sabers. They're very good at this, and they have quality controls all over, and this goes well. But weathering is you would say it's an artistic process more than it is a product making or a manufacturing process. And some would rather have a clean hilt and then do it themselves or send it to someone who's good at it. And yeah, weathered hilts have been a hit or miss. So I always check, and sometimes even double check through, next batch of orders, how it looks before I either put it on the catalog or maintain it to the catalog. I have removed weathered hilts because I thought that it wasn't standing that quality expectation over time. And sometimes they do realize that it takes too long, it's not profitable to do, and so that rather not do it, rather than putting a higher price tag on it. So there you go, that's going to be for next month's video, and when I have checked this, shown it to you, I will put it on the website so you can order it if it's good enough to be on the saberfactory.com. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one in a few days. May the Force be with you.
Join me, leave a like and subscribe to this channel.